Right, let's get straight into it. How to 10x your focus. So I've got a little doc here. So starting off, the first one is intermittent fasting. And how do you do it? It's simple. So you wake up, this is your little bed, you get out of bed, blah 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 blah. Don't eat until the mid hours of the day. Do not eat. It's as simple as that. Because when you eat carbs, specifically carbs, boom, the sugar explodes your glucose, your insulin, all of that, and it slows your brain down. You may experience brain fog, and big part of brain fog is because of carbs in your brain. So when you get out of bed, do not eat. It's simple as that. Until at least 12 p.m. It can be later, it can be a bit earlier, especially if you're starting and maybe you struggle, whatever. But you do not eat. That's the first step. Second step, when you do break this fast, break it with 0 carbs and keep it low. This could be breaking it with a steak, for example, break it with eggs, whatever. Okay? Just do not break it with the carbs. That includes sweets, chocolate, sugars, none of that. Do not break it with any of that shit. Because again, they say what you break the fast with is more important than the fast itself. Because when you do this intermittent fasting for 16 to 18 hours, it cleanses your gut, it cleanses your microbiome and all of your cells. And then the first thing you eat after that fast is what regenerates that cells in that gut. So if you eat shit as soon as you break the fast, you'll get even more brain fog than if you were to just eat it when you first woke up. So this right here is key. Break it with the steak. You don't want to be a little bomber clot, okay? We want to reduce this brain fog as much as possible so you can stay focused as long as possible. Because that's the ultimate goal with this. Number 3. Wake up early. It's simple. You'd be a bit of an idiot, okay? When you wake up early, boom, I'm assuming you live with people. Everyone's asleep. Simple. Now you can get straight to work. There's no one to talk with. There's no one to distract you. All you have to do now is get straight to work. No distractions, just work. Nothing else. That's the third step. Fourth step, getting straight to work within 30 seconds of, that's supposed to say waking, and have water and salt ready. So here's the key, okay? When you wake up, the night before, put the water, put all of that there. As soon as you wake up out of bed, get straight to work. Whatever task you planned the night before, which we'll get on to at the end here, whatever task you planned the night before, get straight to work with that. Because that is ultimately when you're most primed for flow state. And obviously, as we know, when you are in flow state, that is when your focus is 10x'd, which is our goal here. We want to get the most output for the least input possible. Obviously, we need to put in a lot of input. Hard work is key. But if you can get more output for less input, that's also very, very optimal. And it allows you to get more work done, right? So that is the fourth step. Get straight to work within 30 seconds of waiting. I'm not going to go too deep into the science of the flow state and the dopamine, all of this shit. All you need to know is, when you first rise, your brain has rested 8 hours of sleep. It's just woken up, okay? That is when you're most primed for flow state. That is when you enter flow state without even needing to, without even trying. It just happens if you follow this and you wake up early. Fifth step, hydration, lemon water, organic Celtic sea salt. So this is basically just electrolytes, okay? And electrolytes are important. Hydration is important. Because if you're not hydrating, your brain isn't working as optimally as possible. You're not going to be able to focus. And this also ties into sleep. You need to sleep a lot because the less sleep you have, the more tired you'll be, and therefore less focus. And the entire goal of this, like it says down here, we want to 10x your focus. So this is just the minimum basics. This is just what you need to do. You need to be as hydrated as possible, have the most optimal sleep as possible, 7 hours minimum. And I like this. The lemon water, boom, that's good electrolytes. Organic Celtic sea salt, one of the purest salts you can buy. You can get it on Amazon for about £10 for some massive bag. I've got some myself downstairs. But moving on to the sixth step. We're going deeper into supplements now. We've got Alpha-GPC, which enhances your focus and cognitive function. Also L-Tyrosine, increases your dopamine production under stress. And also lion's mane. Lion's mane's a big one. You may have seen all these little TikTok shop videos, you know, all these little salesy dudes on TikTok shop. But it does help. It supports long-term focus and brain health. So lion's mane, L-Tyrosine, Alpha-GPC, these are all good supplements, and you can buy them again on Amazon, which are proven, science-backed to increase your focus. Don't know why I keep coming onto this Miro board. There's absolutely shit all on it. But let's continue. 7. Pre-flow ritual. You have sensual triggers, smell, sight, music, visualization, breathing. Picture it like this. This is you. Boom. Let's call this Johnny. Right? John. And the moment John wakes up, boom, the moment John wakes up, let's say this is his room here, for example. He has his water over here. And then let's say there's a certain aroma over here. He has a certain aroma in his room, whatever. And then his desk's over here like this. He has his little chair here. He sits down. First thing when he gets up, boom, he goes over to here. He drinks some water. Boom, he smells this here. And then he goes straight to his desk, sits down, and follows the exact plan he did the night before. Now this is pre-flow ritual. You can have sensual triggers, smell, sight, music, although I wouldn't. It's not optimal, obviously, because it will take you out of focus. And then also visualization, breathing. So let's even add more. So Johnny comes here. John comes here, okay? He wakes up, he gets out of bed over here. He goes over, has his water, his salt, his lemon water, all of that. Boom, he has the aroma over here, smell. And then boom, he goes over to his desk and he quickly does a visualization of him working super fucking hard for just 30 seconds. Just there. And then boom, he gets straight to work on this shit here. You do realise that now, every time he wakes up, if he does this again and again and again and again, habits are a real thing. Habits are power if you use them correctly. Now, when John wakes up, when he goes and drinks his water, if he does it consistently for weeks and months, and he smells this aroma consistently and does this visualization, he'll notice that every time he does all of these things, that is when he enters flow state. He can't help it at that point, because this is now what triggers his specific flow state for him, because his brain has understood and made almost a neural pathway and a connection to waking up at this specific time. It's also better if you wake up at a specific time. Boom. You wake up at 4 a.m. You get the water. You smell the certain smell. And then you do the little visualization. You get straight to work. If it's the same shit every single morning again and again and again, your brain almost, you could say, habituates it in many ways. Because now, well, it's simple. Right? You're just used to this now. There's not many other ways to put it. It just happens on autopilot. That is what habits are. When you do them again and again and again, it's almost unconscious once you do it so many times. But moving on to the next thing. Eliminate multitasking. Many people think, this is multitasking. Multitasking, yes. Fuck that, okay? Single tasking, this is S, this is what you want, and this here is bullshit. You want this here. Single tasking. If you're trying to multitask, you're trying to do all these tasks at once, okay? Your mind is not fully focused, fully locked in on the specific task at hand. This is why I like this right here. My daily plan. I ain't got multiple tasks on here at a time. Hell no. You pick one task at a time, you stick to that single task here, and you put your full focus on that task. Don't worry about this. Throw this on your bed, unless you need this specifically for your work. You don't need a phone, you don't need music. I did put that on the dock, but no music here. Don't do that. Just you, the task, silence, waking up early, simple, and have your pre-flow ritual to get you primed in the most optimal flow state so it becomes almost unconscious. This is what is ideal, okay? So number 8 was eliminate multitasking. Number 9, like I said at the start, plan your day in much detail the night before. So let's come over here. This is a whiteboard. You need to write down, boom, 1, the time. Write down all of the stuff you're going to do here. At what time? Boom, when I finish that. Number 2, you write down all of the stuff here. Number 3, boom, write down all of the stuff here. And the key is, do this to detail. Okay? I write here. It doesn't have to be super, super long. It says, do outreach on Kaizen for lead magnet. Just, can't even read my own writing. Down to whatever to make first 1,000 from my theme pages. So that's not the best example, but it also says here, I don't know if you can read it, or 100 push-ups. This is key. This is kind of going off task for the focus, but a good quick discipline hack is, if you say you got to do 100 push-ups, if you do not do the task, boom. If you don't do the task, you do the 100 push-ups here. Now, because I'm assuming you don't want to actually do the 100 push-ups, next time when it comes around to doing the task, you'll more likely do it, because you don't want to do the fucking 100 push-ups. It's simple as that. So that's another quick hack. That boom, every single thing, and it's the timings, 4:05 to 5. Do research on affiliate marketing. The goal is to try and make money with the biohackable. Watch this video from last night, or 100 push-ups. Simple as that. Okay. And then I got cold shower plus shave. It must be cold, or else 300 push-ups. And bro, literally a couple of days ago, I messed up on this. I have it on there, planning the night before. If I don't plan the night before, 300 push-ups. Because planning the night before is the most important one. Because that is literally planning the entire day. Right? That is planning this entire day. And I didn't do it. And also the one for the morning was the scales. And bro, my punishment, 400 push-ups, outside, 4 AM, grounded, nothing on my feet, 400 push-ups. It was harsh, bro. It was harsh. But anyway, plan your day in much detail the night before. Like I said here, exactly what you're going to do. Boom, exactly what you're going to eat. Don't just say 3 o'clock eat. Say 3 o'clock steak with eggs, with salt and pepper, cooked like this. You get the point, okay? And then finally, this may be quite an obvious one, just train your focus through meditation every day. And there's a good meditation style talk called Qi Gong. Qi Gong. And let's move over here. So Qi Gong, I'm trying to make this more interactive for you. Let's draw it up here. So Qi Gong, right? Let's go down here. Change the colour for this actually. Okay, how the fuck do I change the colour? Okay. Qi Gong, it's a meditation style obviously, as you know. And I'll do a quick little demonstration for you. You go like this. Okay. Follow that. Follow the movements, the hand movements. And obviously, as you know, the key with meditation is you focus. Most people use the breathing meditation style, but this is slightly more beginner, okay? Instead of focusing on your breathing, you focus on channeling what they call the Qi through your body, through these hand movements, through the arms. It's almost directing and channeling your Qi, and this meditation style is good, especially if you're a beginner, okay? It's great because most people can't sit there. They're so overstimulated. They can't sit there and just focus on their breath. Their mind's going woo, woo, woo. Every 2-3 seconds, a thought is just appearing in their mind. Whereas if you're actually moving, the movement is the key here. You're focusing on the movement, and it's easier to focus on because it's actually actively happening, right? So this is the final method. And whether you think this is good or not, these 10 things right here can genuinely make you a focused flow state beast, okay? If you do your fasting, boom, you don't eat. And when you do break the fast, you don't eat carbs. You wake up early and you plan your day the night before for when you wake up early, and you get straight to work within 30 seconds of waking, you have your water and your salt and your electrolytes ready. You pair that even with supplements to boost your focus and a pre-flow ritual to make sure you always get in the flow state when you wake up, and you train your focus to last longer and be more intense through Qi Gong meditation, and you don't multitask at all, so all of that trained increased focus and abilities focused into one single task, bro, you're gonna, like it says at the start, all the way back here, your focus will be 10x'd. Your focus will be 20x'd, 50x'd, 100x'd. Because right now you probably wake up, you probably grab your phone, you probably listen to some music, some high dopamine edits, all of that shit, you know, and then you're probably scrolling Instagram, oh my god, doing all of that high stimulation bullshit. And that's why you ultimately cannot focus. So most people can't focus nowadays. They can't sit down in silence for 10 minutes and focus on a task. I was at school the other day, and there are these two kids who I was sitting near, and they were talking about how they can't sit there and revise for 10 minutes without going on their phone. I'm just thinking, what is wrong with you? They're so overstimulated. Their brains, their dopamine receptors are fucking fried. They're completely fried. To the point, it's gotten that bad, they can't even sit there for 10 minutes. 10 minutes! Bearing in mind that's barely anything. Just 10 minutes. And focus on their task. And if you want to put this into the entrepreneurial business world, if you do all of these things right here I've just explained, I could explain it in super deep detail. I could do a video on each of these things, but if I were to do it in this video, I'd be here for hours. If you were to just do each of these things, as I've explained them here, you can be more focused than 99.99% of people. Because most people don't try. Most people don't even know this shit. So follow this and watch your focus skyrocket.